Nah, we gotta have this conversation. We gotta have this conversation. A lot of you people that be up in these comment sections talking down on people using Nuzlocke, and then it's a regular playthrough. They're like, oh, you're spamming items, or oh, you're using items. What do you want me to do? Go outside. Go talk to a woman, please. So y'all know what today is, right? It's been a minute since I've seen a Papasea video. Now, he did do a Pokemon Yellow, but I don't care too much about Kanto anymore. I'm gonna continue this where we left off the last time. The last time I did a reaction to Papasea's beating How Nintendo Intended series. It was essentially the Pokemon Diamond and Pearl games, and now today we're gonna be watching the Black and White How Nintendo Intended. And I guess the same things apply. Leave a like, a comment, and subscribe if you guys are new. Do not forget to hit the bell. Make sure you go check out Papasea in the original video in the description section below. Go show him some love. And let's get into it, dude. I'm excited because this is like 30 minutes long. Low-key, I was thinking about chopping these up and like, so that way it's not just me reacting to the content. It's me like actually reacting to what's being said and done in the video. And that means like, oh, I'm chopping this down because I don't want to like have the, like a 30-minute video of me just watching some like regular video that anybody else could watch. I'm gonna just do my reaction. I think that's what I'm gonna do. Okay, let's get into it. Let's get into it.
Chances are that if you clicked on this video, then you've probably played Pokemon Black and White before. These games released over 10 years ago now, and over time they've become one of the more appreciated.
I hear the Persona music in the background. That's nice.
Over the last year or so. I really love the 5th generation era of Pokemon in general, and a lot of my favorite Pokemon happen to be from this era. I have a ton of 5th generation Pokemon stuff, from the cards, a few plushies, and even this official Pokemon Black and White strategy guide. Today, we're going to try to beat Pokemon Black and White by following this guide as closely as possible and see if it really is the best way to beat these games. Consider leaving a like
if it's
on
an
the video
official
as well, and subscribing. This helps the channel a ton, especially since we're getting so close to that 100,000 subscriber mark.
There you go, we'll hit him up.
And the first thing I notice is what looks like residue from a band-aid on the cover. That's pretty gross, and I don't know why
That's disgusting.
or how it's there.
I'm about
since
to barf.
The book itself is in pretty good condition outside of... I read a little deeper though and saw that Prima Games, the company responsible for the legendary Fire Red and Leaf Green guide we looked at, also worked on this guide. Typically, Prima only worked on unofficial guides that were then licensed by Nintendo, but seeing them work on a guide in an official capacity is pretty cool.
That's a lot of pages,
before the actual walkthrough starts. Between Volume 1 and 2, this guide has much more
a lot of content. It's not straightforward. They really went.
This is your first time playing through.
They really went all out in this guide, because you guys remember back when like Black and White was like the new generation. It was like the big step to like 3D Pokemon, when it was only really a couple of 3D like features or whatever. And it was like, oh my god, this is so dope. And they introduced like 150 new Pokemon. So they had to do like literally all this, introduce a whole new region. Black and White was like apparently a lot of people's like least favorite games for some reason. But like as time went on, a lot of people are starting to realize that Black and White are like really, really good. And the information is all out there too, because we literally had this information for years, but because people didn't like Black and White, they don't know that. Now we can get into it. Let's go, baby. Yo, I haven't seen it in forever. Oh my god. What type of repressed memory was that?
Professor Jennifer and have the typical intro for a girl, since according to the guide, that's her name apparently.
I like the overall sprite
for
the female character in this game.
Get to pick our starter Pokemon.
Looks really good.
Doesn't really say too much about the starters.
I like the hair in the background. Look really fire.
But earlier on in the guide, it does mention you can build a team around each starter to cover their weaknesses and give some example Pokemon. Get 5 Pokeballs and then use those Pokeballs to catch as many Pokemon as possible. The guide told me to. I caught 2 Lillipups and 2 Patrats since 1 Pokeball missed, and end up giving them random names since I don't think I'll be using them too much.
Why'd you waste that? Why'd you waste all that?
We go to Akumulla Town and meet Team Plasma.
What did he say?
Calmly,
Purloin was not hard. So like, I don't know what they mean by calmly. Purloin was easy as hell. It's a Purloin. Who's scared of a Purloin?
Add those instruments to the soundtrack in the background of the game. I never knew about this, and it might be hard to hear in the background, but it does change the music a little bit. I noticed a few other instances like this.
I remember, hold on. I remember when I first encountered this. When I first encountered them at the piano, they have like 2 or 3 other instances like where that type of stuff happens. And I remember when I first got here, I was like, yo, that is so cool. I remember as a kid really freaking out because I was like, that is so cool. because I don't know why it was so cool to me. I just was like, they've never done this before. And this was like coming off the heels of them using like the microphone, the DS to speak to Chatot. And I was like, yo, that's so cool because it reminded me, for some reason, it reminded me of that. I don't know why, it just did.
And now we can finally challenge the first
This was
gym
cool.
leader. The guide doesn't really say
This
too
was
much
so
about
cool.
the gym, other than which of the
This
three
was
gym
cool as hell
leaders
to
will be
me.
faced. After this, we have a few small things to do for Fennel involving getting the Seeger and the Dream Mist, save this Musharna from Team Plasma, and then get the Pal Pad and have a brief explanation of Pokemon Black and White's online
Can I just
feature,
say, I thought all this was boring as hell. I'm not gonna lie to you. When I was, what was I when this came out? Like 13, 14 years old. This was boring as hell to me. Like, I didn't care to use Cut. I only had it for a little bit. I used it on my Oshawott, my second playthrough around. But I remember just looking at the Fennel stuff and the Seeger stuff, and I'm just like, I don't want to do this. I don't want to do this. This was so boring, bro. It just was. For some reason, it just was.
After that, I hammer away at another Terran fight. There's a lot of random rival battles.
If you've played Blaze Black and Volt White, this battle kills a lot of people. Real talk.
Plasma in the Wellspring Cave. I also had and lose on my first try because Retaliate on her Watchhawk is just
disgusting.
Strong. I did a Nuzlocke of this game just a couple of months ago, and I remember beating her on my first try, and I didn't even start with Tepig, which is arguably the best starter for her, so I'm kind of surprised that I lost on the first try. Then we register Zora in our Pokedex by reading this book, visit the Game Freak office in Castalia, get the TM for Flash, get a bonus EXP shirt from this random janitor in this one building, help this guy form a dance group, strangely enough, and finally head into the gym where we meet Charon and Berg. We have to run around and stop Team Plasma after this.
I love
Castalia City. Challenge Berg though, since they stole Bianca's Muna, or Muna. I don't know how to say that. After rescuing it, we can finally head into Berg's Bug-type gym and hammer away for the third. Now we can finally challenge Elisa in her Electric-type Pokemon gym. I think this is one of the most annoying gyms in all of Pokemon. And I'm able to type trump all three of the Pokemon for the victory. Before we do that though, the next
Anvil Town
details Anvil Town, a totally optional town that we have access to from the trains in Nimbasa. I go there even though I
forgot this place existed. There's nothing here yet.
Headed back towards Route 5, we have another
I'm surprised they mentioned it that early.
Not sure why it's randomly stuck here this late in
the dive, but I guess
it's still good to know. There's a few things to explore once we get to Driftvale though, like the market where you being slightly lower than the recommended level.
They wanted you to be over level for these type of games. I don't know why.
Great against his lead Crocodile.
They want you to one-shot everything.
While Sprout takes care of the rest of his team with Seed Bomb.
Which I guess isn't bad, right? I mean,
recommend specific moves here as well. Like this brings us into Misralton City, home of the 6th gym leader Skyla. We meet Professor Juniper's father here, Cedric Juniper, and then Sky. Twist Mountain is one of my least favorite areas in all of Pokemon since I hate caves and there's so many trainers here. It also happens to be the place where I lost my first ever Nuzlocke back in 2011. But we do get the HM for Surf from Alder here.
I like Twist Mountain a lot. I think it's really cool. It's easy as how to go through, especially in like
showcases Route 17. The recommended level here is
now Bryce is so easy. Eyesight Pokemon is so trash, bro. Like real talk, you know how like bug type Pokemon got buffed in like 7th gen? We need a humongous buff for like I pray the next generation of Pokemon has some type of balance, because it's just not a balanced game, dude. Like you're supposed to fear this? Like this is like the 7th gym badge.
The battle, but gets confused and this gives us our 8th and final gym badge, putting us so close to beating the game. I have a pretty diverse team of Pokemon as well, which I notice at this point. Many of which are also Pokemon I have never used personal playing Pokemon Black and White, like Emolga, Shinigami, and Vanillite. I do some other minor things
Such
here,
an
like
ugly team,
dude. Which I think
I love this Victory Road. I really do.
There. The guide has a chart
Black and White's
shows
Victory Road is
Victory
amazing.
Road I stock up on healing items and noticed this part of the guide that mentions how Caitlyn, the Psychic type Elite 4 trainer, also appears in Pokemon Heart Gold and Pokemon Soul Silver before she became the Elite 4 member in the region. This is another little cool Pokemon fact that a lot of people didn't know, that the guide likes to throw
People ain't know that!
The guide then lists the 4 Elite 4 members in order from left to right.
Wait, in
any order you want in this game.
People either I am a humongous nerd, or a lot of people don't pay attention to Pokemon games. Both can exist, but I'm pretty sure people knew that. Am I lost here?
First is
I love this Elite Four, bro. I love this Elite Four, bro. This Elite Four is so good, bro. It is so good.
Equally to Rodriguez. For the Elite Four members, the guide also lists what other types are super effective against Pokemon they have on their team,
that's kind of cool.
Making it pretty helpful since I was able to use Emolga on her Jellicent
Such a good Elite Four, bro. Such a good Elite Four, bro. They have the most charm, though. Like, they're easy as hell, sure. But they got the most charm. I like the aesthetic of their rooms and stuff. That's really, really cool.
Smoother than the last one because his Pokemon are all weak to fighting type. Thankfully, I have
Grimsley's hard.
Now, whenever I use healing items in battle like this in videos, whether it's a Nuzlocke or not, people tend to get annoyed by it for some reason. Not sure why people would expect me to just not use healing items in battle, especially when the guide.
We gotta have this conversation. We gotta have this conversation. A lot of you people that be up in these comment sections talking down on people using Nuzlocks. And then if it's a regular playthrough, they're like, oh, you're spamming items, or oh, you're using items. What do you want me to do? Go outside. Go talk to a woman, please. Because 9 times out of 10, you are somebody that is taking the game way too serious. It is Pokemon. I've seen literally in almost every other Nuzlocke, like, you know how like they tell you what rules they're using, right? I've seen people literally say no items are being used in this playthrough. And that's perfectly fine. You're supposed to explain your rules, right? For some reason, even if you explain your rules, people still complain about you using items. And it's like, dog, they're in the game for a reason. You are a nerd. Go outside. Go talk to a woman. Please. Go on a date. Do something. Pick up a hobby. Start uploading your own stuff. Like, real talk. People are so weird about that. And they just be sitting there and I'd be like, dog, then you see their icon and it's like, huh. And you laugh at them. It's crazy.
Luckily, the gym leaders of Unova all come out to help us against the 7 Sages, except for Chili, Cress, and Silent from the first gym. The guide even references this and says that Bianca went to go get those gym leaders, but they didn't make it back in time to help. I then make my way all the way through
the castle. Really? I didn't even know. I want you to know, for the longest, I was like, where the hell are they at? I didn't know that was a thing at all. What?
Now we can finally battle N, who has a pretty diverse team, although we can hit all
I forgot how fire this was.
I lead with our newly caught Zekrom and then shuffle in new Pokemon after each knockout and spam heals. Kind of ironic how a man who just tried to take over the world has the last name that sounds so much like
Here we go.
Harmony, but he then challenges us to a battle as well. Getsis has arguably one of the strongest teams for
Getsis is so fire, bro.
With Pokemon
love
like
Getsis, bro. Oh my god.
Hydreigon, as Hydreigon isn't supposed to evolve until a later level. This battle was certainly a challenge, but luckily I was able to finish off
This is a really good Pokemon
Sage,
battle for sure.
Enough, giving us the victory. Shortly after the battle, the credits roll, and with that, we beat Pokemon Black and White as Nintendo intended, or as Nintended. I want to give a huge shout out again to Mystery Ore for inspiring this series with
you did that kind of late.
Video, and to each
he normally puts that in the front.
For watching and supporting my channel. So if you made it this far in the video, consider leaving a like, as one like does go a long way, and subscribe for more Pokemon
Better get his plug out.
With all that out of the way, I also want to thank you all so much for watching. Hope you have a great rest of your day. I'll see you all next time.
That was really fun.
Bye-bye.
That was really, really good. I actually learned like 2 things from this. This made me realize how big of a nerd I am. I'm not gonna hold you. This made me realize how a humongous nerd I am. I love it though. I'm not gonna hold you. I love it. Really, really good video as usual. Shout out Papasea. Definitely go check him out in the original video in the comment section below, in the description section below, because probably future Nick probably chopped this up so you don't have to sit here and watch the entire 30 minutes. But if you want to, you can go down in the description section below and just get the raw reaction itself, or raw video itself, and then you can do whatever you want with that. But this was cool. I had fun. It feels so good to be back doing this. I stopped doing this because I have just way too much content to upload. But this is dope. I'll talk to y'all. Bye.